Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus Pimp Sun Kiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, certainly, for some messages from the new moon in Virgo. I am doing 5 different videos of this reading. One is already done and posted. Each one will have different resonation signs and symbols that I will place both in the post, in the comments, in all of the tags for y'all to observe and evaluate and use your intuition on as to whether or not which video is best for you. You may also come to find that you may resonate with more than one video, all the videos, whatever, what have you. But it's all channeled in divine design. So if your algorithm drops it in your lap like talking about, hey, that can also be good enough. Allow your steps to be divinely guided, protected, and provided for. All right? And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the specificities of these cards. So straight out the gate for the card on the left of them, which is the 5 of Wands in reverse, that card came out as I asked for some messages for this channeled collective from the new moon in Virgo. And that being said, straight out the gate, it's definitely a lot of fire sign energy going on here amongst. Spirit is saying tap into the King and Queen of Wands energy. Tap into the Emperor and Empress energy. There's an acknowledgement that all y'all life y'all had to fight. And particularly this year in particular, why I say the word twice, right? It must be like extra emphasis, honey, huh? Extra, extra. Read all about it. Y'all been windmilling left and right, up and down, all around, okay? Hella people and entities and beings and shit steady coming at your neck. Yeah, I feel, yeah, I know about it. I swear. But Spirit is saying you can put your gun down. You can have fun now. You can tell your niggas that you one now, hey, okay? And essentially that is given. It may not necessarily mean that, like, the people that hated you and was coming at your neck ain't still, like, trying to plot and scheme and all this and that. But Spirit is saying that you have elevated and continue to elevate. Continue to elevate in such a way that it doesn't mean that you are no longer a fighter. You just fight differently now. That other shit, you got people for that. You got spirits for that. You got your divine realm for that. Call security. Let them handle your lightweight. They're gonna fight for you. The divine realm is also set up like, okay, now I'm gonna just get bugged over by you. I see them messy ass Eli's, Levi's, raggedy ass, holes in any highs. I call the play. Now do you see why? It's just calling me Manning Eli. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is channeling heavily already through this reading, and she is a fire sign. She's a Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is honestly the fire sign that more often has other people fight for them. More often has other people handle their lightweight. They may talk a lot of shit, but more often than not, Sagittarius has the energy like, I'm not getting my nails dirty. I'm not breaking my nails. I'm not messing up my makeup. My hair is looking too good. This fit is too fly. I'm not rolling around in the mud with you bitches. Whereas Aries often shoots first, thinks about the shit later, and Leo is like, bitch, don't let this cute face, these jewels, or this fly fit fool you. I will wear you out. And get back up, bitch, still look pretty. And each of those has their strengths as well as their weaknesses. So it's definitely not a thing to like automatically demonize either of those defense mechanisms or whatever, if you will. What Spirit is saying here is that this frequency of anger, and it's crazy, I was just talking to one of my friends about this morning, but this is what Spirit is saying to y'all. I was reading this frequency of anger has been being redirected. Y'all's frequency of anger has been being redirected. Y'all's solar plexus as a whole has been under major reconstruction for a while. A while, Brian. Yeah. And it's having to do with you getting more clear, getting a better sense of values and such, and intent and awareness about why you have been fighting, what you have been fighting for, amongst why different people and beings and such see you as an op, even when you just minding your own business. And what Spirit is saying here is this is because in y'all simple being, you are queen, you are king, you are emperor, you are empress. And so it's a part of the territory. Motherfuckers don't always come for the queen. You gonna be the queen no matter how they shuffle, skirts with a ruffle, Louis on a duffel. I'm a bad bitch, no muzzle. Hey now. And so that being said, that's Nikki again channeling through. That being said, that's why it's hella important and why Spirit has been allowing you all to windmill with the best of them, to master your skills of war as well as love and such, for you to gain this unapologetic knowing about yourself that you gonna be the queen no matter how they shuffle, skirts with a ruffle, Louis on a duffel, still a bad bitch, no muzzle. Because there's been a lot of people coming for your throne, and then when you react, they like, oh, look at her, look at her, look at them, look at them, look at him, look at, see how they act, see how they act. They ain't got no business being up there. They ain't got no business doing what they do. They ain't got no business receiving what they receive. They don't know how to act. They this, they that. They act like a peasant. They don't deserve what they have. They don't know what they talking about. They ain't doing that for real. You ain't right, you ain't right, you ain't walking like I'm walking, you ain't saying nothing, homie, you ain't fresh as I'm is. Hey, now pay very close attention to the angle which that song channeling came from, okay? That was a song channeling from the other side. Okay? That said, they've been wanting real bad to convince you while you're sitting up on your throne, being who you are, doing what you do. They have been going out of their way real hard to try to convince you that you are the peasant, that you are supposed to be down in the trenches where they at or whatever. And it's giving Yzma energy. You know how Yzma was constantly trying to convince everybody else and Cusco and all of them that she actually deserved the throne, that Cusco ain't had no business being up there and this and that. And we can say whatever we want, but hey, how did it turn out? Also, I behoove you to go look up the original the original story plot for The Emperor's New Groove. Also, listen to Yzma had a song that was originally included in the movie. It's called Snuff Out the Light. Something of the sort. The lyrics go, snuff out the light, some, to a world of darkness. And it's basically, Yzma's original goal was to rip the sun out of the sky. Yes, so like literally, that's, y'all have been the sun. That's why so much fire sign energy in here. Because y'all have been the sun, and y'all been surrounded by a bunch of Yzmas trying to snatch y'all out the sky. But see, the thing is, can't shit fuck with the sun. Not even a star, not even the regular stars can fuck with the sun. This been a message that's been building up. This been a challenge that's been building up, yeah. Because even if a typical star tries to challenge the sun, it's gonna either fall or turn into a black hole. And the Tower card is not present in the video here in the imagery of what I'm showing you, but the Tower card did come out in the elaboration pool that I did for this layout. And what that is giving is that as you all are continuing to elevate, and what I mean by that is basically removing your access from people, making yourself unaccessible to certain people and certain things. And I'm getting that a lot of you have already been doing that. Stick to it, honey. Don't go back. Don't look back. There's also that Pisces energy in there too, where one fish always has to remind the other to keep swimming forward. We'll do a bunch of tricks and shit, some of the time, but right now we need to keep swimming forward. Okay, keep all your fish in their appropriate school. Don't look back or you're gonna turn into a pillow of salt. Okay. But not so it's like, as y'all are making yourselves more unaccessible when it comes to certain people and certain things, even certain frequencies, okay, having like basically a no nonsense policy surrounding certain shit, even the energy of it. All right, that is to the best of y'all's ability at the moment. Just make sure that y'all are remaining open-hearted, and in that sense remaining open-hearted to the belief, the possibility that the better that you want and feel like that you are stepping into, that it is possible, that you do deserve it unapologetically. And this is also tapping into stop apologizing for standing out. Stop apologizing for standing out, because it's giving like that's exactly what y'all was supposed to do. Sun energy, the sun don't bend for nobody. The sun don't even actually like rise or fall. Everything else adjusts to the sun. You feel me? The planets and shit revolve around the sun. When the sun sets or quote unquote goes down, it's not the sun going down, it's the earth rotating. The sun don't conform. So if the sun does not rise again, it's not because of anything that the sun did, it's about what everything else decided not to do, or certain decisions that they decided to make. You gonna face the sun or you ain't. It's on you, because the sun is always where the sun is supposed to be. Capiche? So again, it's about direction. So, of course, what's understood don't have to be explained. Nobody's always right, okay? So, again, it's about direction and time and place. So y'all are getting a lot of messages about discerning better who to shine your light on. And if you're shining your light on them, what are you highlighting? Are you shining them in a good light? Or are you shining them in a bad light? Is it a truthful light? Is it a shady light? And what is it doing for you? Because a lot of you have likely been dealing with a lot of instances where people come to you for help. And this is where we're going to segue into this other card here. People come to you for help, and then it turns out they were just trying to take your spot, or they were just trying to distract you and keep you where they wanted you, while other motherfuckers come steal your throne. And they don't care about them getting it as long as you don't get it. And so that being said, as we segue into the past life oracle card that we have here, and I ask, what is finally shedding, dissolving, ending by way of this Virgo, this new moon in Virgo for y'all? And we have wisdom in reverse. And that is that pattern that I was just speaking on, about like people surrounding you with themselves and coming to you for help, coming to you for guidance and advice and all of this and that. But in actuality, they don't want advice. They just want to distract you, and they just want to siphon and harvest your energy and have you make them look better. Use your light to highlight their best sides. This is giving me the scene of Blanche in A Streetcar Named Desire. And the thing about Blanche, she stays around people who she feels like will make her look better. But there's also this thing of her literally avoiding light and or staying in the midst of dimmed light or mixed light, shaded light, so that you only see her best features and or the features about herself that still look the most youthful, because she's trying to hide, one, that she's a predator and that she's aging, and that it's just gradually getting harder and harder for her to live the lives that she's been wanting to live, and hide everything that she's been wanting to hide. And so, like, that's what a lot of people have been doing with you all, and that is what has been coming to an end, because it's also y'all have been making sure that comes to an end, because you have been realizing and getting just totally burnt out, tired of having to windmill off goons and goblins on the rocky road to Dublin. But now they literally gave me the imagery of Ramek dropping out of the sky and coming giving his sob story and, oh, please help me, they took my wife, and all this other stuff. Y'all should go watch the reading if you haven't. I posted, I think, last week. It is, I'll leave a link to it in the comments on here, but it's quite a few messages from that reading that are paralleling through this one in particular. So yeah, it's some further elaborations that y'all would definitely benefit from by going and also watching that reading. But yeah, so like what's coming to an end for y'all is these people dropping out of the sky with their sob story to distract you or try to consume you or try to take something from you or try to harm you and all of this, that, and the third. And so it's like, again, bringing it into you having to give your power away. So y'all are and have been going through a lot about learning how to honor your anger without giving your power away or all of your energy away in the process. And that's a large part of what this has to do with. And because there's a tower moment, that's a part of it. I can't give like a hell of a lot of details on it, but what I'm going to say is, as y'all are putting y'all's foot down, and as y'all are committing to the declaration of no longer allowing certain entities and energies and people and such, even on your land, even in your neighborhood, you're going to notice some people who you care about and or once cared about and or once were highly invested in and this and that, places that you worked, friend groups that you were a part of, all this and that, people that you were like extra graceful for. And this is being worded like this because I can tell that this is a unconditionally loving, very passionate collective. And so even though y'all have severed ties from a lot of people and you're no longer like extending prayers to them or anything, there's a part of you, and it's just in you, to feel and to love and to be empathetic and empathic. And so again, spirit is this is a warning as well as validation, okay? Because the more y'all rise, y'all gonna notice some people that you used to know fall. Ain't it funny how life goes around? Same people you meet coming up, you see them coming down. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Yeah, you're gonna start seeing a lot of people, organizations, and entities and such that you used to know and love fall the fuck apart. You're gonna see them fall. You're gonna see them fall apart. You're gonna see all this shit going to shit. Like, it'd probably be people hitting you up saying, hey, you heard about what happened to such and such and da da da. And this is not to say go out your way to kick them while they're down or anything of that nature, but just note it. Note it. Because you will realize that one of the only reasons why they look so good in the past and why they were doing so good in the past, and also why your shit was delayed, why your shit was blocked, and why your shit was stagnated and staticky and all of that shit, is because you were giving your light, your power, your throne away. You were up there sharing your shit with them, trying to help them out, not realizing you're giving all your shit away. You was windmilling for dear fucking life, rightfully so, but not realizing that the way you were doing it and the place that you were coming from, because I'm hearing, I'm recognizing y'all also fight with love. Like, y'all fight, like y'all had in mindset, like, I'm not gonna fight with you unless I love you. Like, I don't see a purpose in fighting with you or for this unless I love you. You know what I'm saying? So, honey. And that's gonna be the realization too. A lot of those people will probably end up saying certain things to you, maybe even apologizing. You're not obligated to accept their apology. You're not obligated to extend any empathy or anything of that nature. You can simply say, hey, God, whatever is in divine design, and I'm focused on me and keep it moving. And, the adrenaline to jot your shit down on, your growth and enlightenment concerning the situation, because, there is things to collect in that, which is being able to, help other people not go through what you went through, and at least not as many times as you went through it, because now you have a better understanding, wisdom. You have better wisdom on how to recognize people who actually want help and want to be better, and people who are just trying to siphon energy, people who are just being distractions and trying to blind you from what you know, trying to create moon energy, all in the midst of your being the sun. And allowing yourself to continuously be free from that is also like going to help you better help yourself, and like I said, help other people help themselves. Because it's given like y'all are kings, queens, emperors, empresses. Y'all are meant to be in leadership positions. Y'all are meant to be bosses, spiritual workers, ministers, you know, whatever other sort, a leader in your field of, you know, whatever you're being, a leader in your purpose and passion, one way or another. And it's like everybody around you has also always known that, just as well as like you have always known that. And you've had so many fucking people and entities trying to distract you and make you question what you know. And like I said, the more you own it, the more you elevate, the more you stand 10 toes down, sit 2 booty cheeks down strong on your throne, the more you're going to see all of those other toxic ass towers fall the fuck apart. So yeah, that tower energy that was channeling through, it's not even your, because you don't live in a tower. You a castle bitch. You know what I'm saying? Your home is a palace, okay? A paradise. The fuck? You never belonged in a tower, okay? It never gave tower. The fuck? Yeah. So let them towers fall. Don't you go up there talking about, I got some bricks. Don't you go up there talking about, I know some people that can help y'all rebuild. Let it fall. Let it fall. Let it fall. That's not revenge or vindictiveness or anything of that nature. That's protecting yourself as well as defending yourself. Because a lot of those people and organizations were coming for your motherfucking neck. They didn't give a goddamn if you lived or died, let alone if you was happy or peaceful, let alone if you had ate that day. They wanted to destroy you and everything that represented you. So again, revenge is not necessary. Vindictiveness is not necessary. And a lot of y'all already know that. It's already being handled. Call your energy back. Declare that shit. It's already being handled. Focus on your elevation. Yeah? On the fact that it's meant. It's your good karma and other people's bad karma for them to see you shine. For them to see you be praised and rewarded. And for you to see them be fucked up. For you to see them suffer the consequences of their own actions. Finally have to face their own shit. Be called out for the punk ass bitches that they are. Own it. Again, that's not being vengeful. That's just what the fuck it is. And if people wanted to be better versions of who the fuck ever in your story, they should have been better fucking versions of who the fuck ever in your story. If they wanted to be sitting next to you up in your palace and all of this and that, they shouldn't have been acting like fucking peasants. Like, it's given that y'all are having to gain an understanding and an acceptance of an understanding that you are better than certain people. This is a message that came out in the other video too. But you are better than certain people because you choose to be better. You choose the best that God put in you, that you chose to co-collaborate with God for you to have. You choose the best. Therefore, you are and you have and will have the best. And there's a collection of people who are genuinely, you know, just struggling and trying and in the stage that they at. And you know what I'm saying? They need to let up. And then there are others where they are broke because they have poor money management. It's people out to get them because they play too fucking much and they always fucking with somebody and don't know when to stop. It's people trying to kill them because they stealing. It's people trying to kill them because they beating on people. They beating on people's sisters and daughters and shit like that, and they sick of that shit. It's people out here that act like the world is just out to get them for no good reason, and the whole time they've been going every which way all around the world and being a punk ass bitch starting shit, and everybody is out to get them because they got every fucking right reason to be out to get them. And so this is a major lesson that, you know, is coming up for y'all that y'all have been learning for a long time, and it's finally, you know, coming to an end and a new beginning with this Virgo new moon for y'all to realize, hey, you is who you is, and they ain't just because they ain't. But nah, like for real, to stop wrapping your identity up in everything. Stop letting people convince you that just because you're flawed, or just because you're loud, just because you cuss, just because you wear hats or whatever the fuck, just because you like short shorts and you like to shake your ass online or whatever, that means that you're a demon and you don't deserve to be queen or a leader, or you don't have anything valuable to offer. Fuck them and they fake ass rules that they not even following. Okay? And child, I ain't even got to say too much else. The proof is gonna be in the motherfucking pudding as everything plays out, shawty. And with that, it is giving the imagery, and this is where I'm gonna start giving y'all's clairaudient artistic channelings. Okay, that's where, you know, spirit starts giving me calls to action on, you know, what y'all are called to indulge in, watch, listen to. Any song channelings that randomly come through, those are automatically understood. That's something for you to, you know, go meditate on, listen to, journal on, figure out what it means to you, what the divine realm wants it to mean for you. And so this list that I'm about to go through is also in that caliber. So we have Matilda. Okay, Matilda's coming up. We also have Rapunzel, specifically Tangled, but you can read any version of the story. I'm also hearing it would be good to just research and evaluate, analyze, indulge in that story in general. Like, look up the original version, look at a plethora of different versions of that story, including the Disney Tangled version. Okay, some information in there for y'all to meditate on. All right. We also have Death Becomes Her. We also have Kingdom Come, specifically the one with Jada Pinkett, LL Cool J, Vivica A. Fox, Anthony Anderson, Whoopi Goldberg, all of them. That one. It's on Hulu, in case you ain't know. Also, The Craft is coming up. What's Love Got to Do with It? The biography of Tina Turner. I'm also hearing read her books, or look into her books. Tina Turner, that is. She has some books about her life. Also, there's one that's in correlation. I think What's Love Got to Do with It is made from that book. But yeah, look into Tina Turner's books as well. Another movie that's channeling through is also The Color Purple. They're also saying to look into the book as well. I'm gonna also give y'all another nugget. Bondi Blue has a really good review. It's a Now That We're Grown review of The Color Purple, and she integrates what she knows of the book into her review of the movie. It's a really good commentary review, very educational, entertaining, all of that shit. So like if you don't have time, or it's just not you to like go read the book, if it's like hard for you to sit through the movie like somehow, that's a really good way that you can also follow the call to action. I'll try to leave the link to that video in the comment section as well. Also, the Beyonce Renaissance album is channeling. That's interesting because in just a fun fact, the other video that I did before this one, they had a Beyonce album channel too, but it was the Beyonce Lemonade album specifically. So I just felt like that was interesting. They also had the Beyonce self-titled album to channel through. So I just felt like that was interesting. I do also have a strong feeling that there are some of you in this collective that may also resonate with that video that I'm speaking on, but I'm gonna let it find you as it may, honey. But that's definitely not a coincidence because Beyonce is, of course, a Virgo. So naturally, she's a heavy symbol for Virgo, but she's also a heavy symbol for Leo as well, because the symbolism and energy around her is heavy Leo energy, like the way she wears her hair, the colors, some of the stylizations and such, how she does her wardrobes and some of her persona, like that Sasha Fierce side of her is like more so that Leo energy that she tends to embody. That being said, I knew it was not a coincidence that I was picking up on that album as well. So y'all got two Beyonce albums to channel through too. So the Beyonce Renaissance Part 1 album and Beyonce's I Am Sasha Fierce album. Another album that's coming up is Kelly Rowland's first album. The very first album, it is called Simply Deep. And for this album, Spirit is saying, look into the behind the scenes information on the creation of that album, the writing of the songs, the production process, things of that nature. It must be a lot of artists in this group. This must be the artist group. Because the first video I did, there was a lot of spiritual workers in that group. So I feel like there's a lot of artists in this group, the way it's channeling. So yeah. But you know, that's why it can go both ways because artists are spiritual workers. So it just depends on, you know, your particular purpose. That's why I do the resonating signs and symbols and such. And you go fishing, baby. All right. And the final calls to view, calls to analyze, calls to actions for like the artistic stuff for you to analyze is, and you know, maybe I'm using the term loosely when I say artistic as it comes to this particular sector, but I do feel like there is still an artistry to it. But y'all have been directed to watch a series of reality shows. So shows like The Real World, Bad Girls Club, the original Bad Girls Club specifically. I'm hearing season 4, season 6, season 8, season 10. Those particular seasons of Bad Girls Club, that's what they're directing. Also, Flavor of Love, any of the seasons. They're also saying Mob Wives. Interesting. They're also pulling up Real Housewives and the first season of Love and Hip Hop New York, the third season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the current season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as well, and pay very close attention to the upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Ooh, interesting. I'm hearing Melody Cherie, so someone needs to observe Melody Cherie. Someone needs to observe, research Melody Cherie. Child, hey now. And what they're saying with those reality shows in particular is to observe the main people that people gang up on and observe why. And they're wanting you to do this like in the way that an analyzer would. I want you to look closely at the people that the individuals on these different shows and how they gang up on like different individuals, be it one person, two people. Just look at the way that they gang bang, essentially. That's literally the word that came out. Look at the way they gang bang and dog pile on specific individuals and journal and analyze why you feel that is, and or also like compare and contrast what you see versus what the people are saying. Like the people are saying they don't like a person for this and that reason, or they're attacking this and that person for this and that reason, or they're all jumping on this person and they say, oh, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because they did this or that. Pay attention to that, observe that, jot that down, analyze it in correlation with what you are observing and feeling and sensing. Okay. So yeah, Spirit is telling me to leave it at that. I can't spoon feed y'all too much, okay? You got to go fishing, baby. But with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this cow dry. And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these Queen Quarters for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.